What made 1972 the year that changed rock music forever? When you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering which songs from 53 years ago still give you chills today.
Oh, I never got a chance to see him. Never heard nothing.
Maybe you're curious about what made these tracks so special that they're still playing on radio stations worldwide. Or perhaps you want to know why music critics call 1972 the greatest year for rock and roll in history. The answer lies in 15 incredible songs that didn't just top the charts. They rewrote the rules of what rock music could be. These weren't just hits. They were cultural earthquakes that shook the world and continue to inspire musicians today. From legendary guitar solos that every kid learns, first to vocals that still make grown men cry, 1972 delivered masterpieces that transcended their era and became the soundtrack to our lives. 15. Smoke on the Water. Deep Purple.
Records with a mobile. We didn't have much time.
Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water opens our countdown with perhaps the most recognizable guitar riff in rock history. The song tells the true story of a fire that destroyed the Montreux Casino during a Frank Zappa concert, creating literal smoke on the water of Lake Geneva. What started as a real-life disaster became rock immortality when Ritchie Blackmore crafted that iconic four-note riff that every guitarist has played at least once. The beauty of this track lies in its simplicity. Those four notes became a universal language that connects rock fans across generations. 14. School's Out. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper transformed teenage rebellion into an anthem with School's Out. More than just a celebration of summer vacation, this track captured the restless energy of youth breaking free from conformity. Cooper's theatrical delivery and the song's explosive energy made it an instant classic that still gets crowds jumping at graduation parties and end-of-school celebrations. The song's power comes from its ability to tap into that universal feeling of freedom that everyone remembers from their school days.
Thank you, Birmingham! All right!
13. Bang a Gong, Get It On. T-Rex, Mark Bolan's.
You're dirty and sweet out, yeah.
T-Rex delivered glam rock perfection with Bang a Gong, Get It On. The song's hypnotic groove and Bolan's seductive vocals created something entirely new. Rock music that was both powerful and glamorous. The track's distinctive sound came from Bolan's unique guitar tone and the infectious rhythm that made it impossible not to move. This wasn't just rock music, it was rock theater, and it paved the way for countless glam rock acts that followed. 12. Long Train Runnin'. The Doobie Brothers.
Down around the corner, a half a mile from here, you see them old trains running.
The Doobie Brothers crafted something magical with Long Train Runnin', a track built around one of the most hypnotic guitar patterns ever recorded. Tom Johnston's repetitive but mesmerizing riff creates a musical train that pulls listeners along for the ride. The song's genius lies in its ability to build intensity through repetition, proving that sometimes the simplest ideas create the most powerful music. It's a masterclass in how groove can be just as important as melody. 11th. Rocket Man. Elton John.
And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then.
Elton John took listeners to space with Rocket Man, a haunting ballad about isolation and longing that resonated far beyond its science fiction premise. Bernie Taupin's lyrics painted a picture of cosmic loneliness that somehow felt deeply human, while John's melodic genius turned it into an emotional journey. The song's lasting power comes from its ability to make the extraordinary feel personal, turning a story about space travel into a meditation on the distance we all sometimes feel from the people we love. 10. Heart of Gold. Neil Young. Neil Young's Heart of Gold became his only #1 hit, but its impact, what made 1972 the year that changed rock music forever? When you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering which songs from 53 years ago still give you chills today. Maybe you're curious about what made these tracks so special that they're still playing on radio stations worldwide. Or perhaps you want to know why music critics call 1972 the greatest year for rock and roll in history. The answer lies in 15 incredible songs that didn't just top the charts, they rewrote the rules of what rock music could be. These weren't just hits, they were cultural earthquakes that shook the world and continue to inspire musicians today. From legendary guitar solos that every kid learns, first to vocals that still make grown men cry, 1972 delivered masterpieces that transcended their era and became the soundtrack to our lives. 9. Lean on Me, Bill Withers. Bill Withers created pure magic with Lean on Me, a song that transformed simple gospel influences into universal comfort. The track's piano-driven melody and Withers' warm vocals created an atmosphere of unconditional support that transcended musical genres. What makes this song timeless is its message of human connection during difficult times, a theme that remains as relevant today as it was in 1972. Withers proved that the most powerful songs often come from the simplest truths. 8. Layla, Derek and the Dominoes.
What do you do when you get lonely? Who's waiting by your side?
Eric Clapton's pain became rock immortality with Layla. Born from his unrequited love for Pattie Boyd, the song channels raw emotion into one of the greatest guitar performances ever recorded. The collaboration with Duane Allman created a guitar dialogue that expressed what words couldn't capture. The song's two-part structure, from the desperate opening to the peaceful piano coda, tells a complete emotional story that has moved listeners for over 5 decades. 7. Superstition, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder revolutionized rock with Superstition, proving that funk could rock just as hard as any guitar-driven track. Wonder's clavinet work created a rhythm that was both hypnotic and explosive, while his vocals delivered social commentary wrapped in an irresistible groove. The song's innovation lay in its fusion of different musical worlds, creating something that was simultaneously cutting-edge and timeless. Wonder showed that rock music could expand far beyond its traditional boundaries. 6. I Am Woman, Helen Reddy.
Hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go.
Helen Reddy's I Am Woman became more than a song, it became a movement. Released during the height of the women's liberation movement, the track gave voice to millions of women demanding equality and respect. Reddy's powerful vocals and the song's anthemic quality made it an instant classic that transcended entertainment to become a cultural statement. The song's enduring power lies in its message of strength and determination that continues to inspire new generations. 5. Papa Was a Rolling Stone, The Temptations.
It was the 3rd of September. That day I'll always remember.
The Temptations delivered their masterpiece with Papa Was a Rolling Stone, a 12-minute epic that redefined what a pop song could be. The track's cinematic arrangement and powerful vocals created a musical novel that told a complete story of family dysfunction and abandonment. Producer Norman Whitfield's innovative production techniques, including the famous bass line and atmospheric instrumentation, created a sound that was both futuristic and deeply rooted in soul tradition. 4. Tumbling Dice, The Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones captured their essence perfectly with Tumbling Dice, a song that embodies everything great about rock and roll. The track's loose, rolling rhythm and Mick Jagger's swaggering vocals created an atmosphere of controlled chaos that defined the Stones' appeal. Keith Richards' guitar work provided the perfect foundation for Jagger's storytelling, creating a musical narrative about taking chances and living life on the edge. It's rock and roll distilled to its purest form. 3. Let's Stay Together, Al Green.
When love with you whatever you want to do.
Al Green's Let's Stay Together transformed soul music into something transcendent. Green's silky vocals and the song's lush arrangement created an atmosphere of romance that has never been equaled. The track's genius lies in its ability to be both intimate and universal, speaking to anyone who has ever been in love. Green's vocal performance, particularly his use of dynamics and emotion, set a standard that influenced countless singers across all genres. 2. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Black Sabbath's Paranoid didn't just rock, it created heavy metal. Tony Iommi's crushing guitar riff and Ozzy Osbourne's tortured vocals tapped into something primal and powerful that had never been heard before. The song's dark energy and relentless power created a new musical language that spoke to alienated youth worldwide. What started as a simple song about mental anguish became the blueprint for an entire genre that continues to evolve today. 1. American Pie, Don McLean.
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the
Don McLean's American Pie tops our list as the ultimate song of 1972, an 8.5-minute epic that captured the end of rock's innocence. The song's cryptic lyrics about the day the music died created endless debates and interpretations, while its sweeping melody carried listeners through an emotional journey that felt like a musical novel. McLean's masterpiece proved that rock music could be both entertainment and art, creating something that was simultaneously personal and universal. It's a song that grows with each generation, revealing new meanings while maintaining its emotional power. These 15 songs didn't just define 1972, they created the foundation for everything that came after. These tracks continue to inspire new artists and move new audiences because they captured something essential about the human experience and wrapped it in unforgettable melodies.